Everyone. So this really has nothing to do with me being trans or anything like that, but this is dealing with a whole nother issue, and I think this is an important topic to cover also. I have been diagnosed with osteoarthritis, since I was 11 years old. I'm 25 now, so I've had it for 14 years. Um, as arthritis frequently does, it usually gets more advanced over periods of time, so it's more advanced now than it was whenever I first started having it. Um, Whenever I first started having it, I had issues. It was more like issues with my joints. Like, they couldn't stabilize themselves a lot. I actually really first noticed it because I was actually training to be in track. I was in sixth grade, and I was going into seventh grade, and I was training to be in track in junior high, and so I was running a lot, and I think that inflamed it and made it more obvious to me. So I got it checked out, and I was having trouble, like, even walking around. I would fall because my knee would just give out. It just wasn't very stable, and both knees would do it. So I got it checked out. I got diagnosed with having a loose patella tendon. I went to a surgeon for that, and he said that it wouldn't really be beneficial to have surgery or anything. He gave me some braces to wear, and so I wore them for a few years, and it didn't really seem to help. I mean, they kept my patella, which is basically your kneecap, they kept it straight, but it really didn't help as far as stabilizing or anything else. So over the years, we kind of just went to more doctors because the symptoms got worse, and I had more pain and stuff like that, and so we just went to more orthopedic surgeons and an arthritis doctor and stuff like that. I got tests run and everything, and then I finally got diagnosed with osteoarthritis, probably in 2006, I believe. I had surgery. I had orthoscopic surgery on both knees in 2008. So they didn't really find anything. It was kind of like a exploratory surgery. He was kind of going in there hoping that he would find something, and then if he did, he would take it out. He found some extra fatty tissue, and that's pretty much it. But he took that out, and he was hoping for the best that would fix it and everything. I had them both done at the same time, and I had to go through therapy eventually. I was doing pretty well on my own, and as far as range of motion and everything, and I was hoping that I didn't have to go through physical therapy, just because I've had to in the past, and it's never fun because they push you. And anyway, so I had to go through physical therapy and do all that, and it really just, the surgery just didn't help. But I mean, if I had to do it over again, I would probably do the same thing, because we were hoping that it would, and we didn't know at the time if it would or wouldn't. So anyways, now we're at a point where the only thing that we've really found, I've been on lots of medication, like pain medication and stuff like that. Over-the-counter medicine doesn't really help anymore. Even with headaches, it doesn't, just because I've been on it so much. It just doesn't do anything really. Advil, Tylenol, Midol, anything really that has acetaminophen or Tylenol in it, it just doesn't work anymore. Or ibuprofen, it just doesn't work anymore. So I've been on a whole bunch of medications, and none of them really seem to help with the pain. We finally found some shots. It's called Simvask shots, and they have to numb you up, so they have to give you a shot before, and it goes into this little pocket in your knee, and then they have to give you another shot after it's numbed up in that pocket. So I would go in, and they gave me a shot in both knees, and then it was swollen for a couple of days, and I had to be careful how much I was on them and stuff like that, just because it would swell so much. But that's really the only thing that we've found that works. But I mean, those are like $1,000+ for each shot, and I have to do them in both knees, and the insurance company covers some of it, but not all of it. So I ended up paying like $200 per shot, and it was just not very affordable. So now I'm going through all this testing and stuff like that. I had to change doctors so that I can get a doctor here to prescribe me testosterone. So the new doctor is doing some tests and running some tests for RA, which is rheumatoid arthritis, which is actually an autoimmune disease. And testing for that, just because at such a young age, osteoarthritis is not very common. And so she was kind of concerned as to why I've had it for so long and why I was diagnosed with it. So going back that far, and so basically I've had 2 tests, and it takes 3 tests to figure out if you've had it for sure, unless one of them comes up positive. But if they don't, then you have to go 3 times to for sure know that you're negative. And the first 2 have come up negative, so I have 1 more, and we're not really sure if we're going to do it or not, just because I've already found out that I have an autoimmune disease. If you look at my blog, that explains everything. I just posted it. I really don't want to go into that right now, but so I don't know if I'm going to be doing this 3rd one or not, but I say all this to tell you, to bring you up to date. My arthritis has actually gotten so bad that there's sometimes when I am sitting on the ground and I can't get back up. I can't pull myself back up. I can't get like footing underneath me to get my legs back up. I might fall, and then I can't get back up. I get down in the bathtub to take a bath, and I can't get out of it. If I drop something, sometimes it's hard for me to even bend down and pick it up. Just stuff like that, just little things that are really hard. Sometimes it gets so bad that I can't even get out of bed. I can't even put my shoes on. I can't even take my socks off or get my pants off. It gets pretty bad sometimes. So my fiance and I are looking into getting a service dog, and the process has been pretty interesting so far. We're actually not going through a service dog training facility, just because that's way too expensive and we can't afford it. The dog itself is usually free, but then you have to pay for everything else that goes along with it. Like, the training is free for the dog, but then you have to pay for the hotels and all that. Like, you have to be off work and go up there a week so that you be trained with the dog and everything. Well, we found somebody here that also has a service dog, and she's training a service dog for herself, a second one, because her other one is getting a little bit older. So she's training a puppy, and she's gonna actually end up training a service dog for me. So we're going through the process, and we're trying to pick one out, and it's hard. I mean, you go and you want a dog, just a regular dog, just to be your buddy, and it's easy. You get to go and pick whatever dog you want, like whatever dog that you find and you like, and that meshes well with you and your family and stuff like that. Well, with this, I have to think about their hips. Like, I nixed a German Shepherd because they have hip dysplasia, and if they're pulling me and trying to pull me up, then, I mean, if they have hip dysplasia, then they're not going to be able to do that. So it just sucks. Like, you have to think about stuff like that, and you have to discriminate against them, and it just sucks, like, having to think about stuff like that. But we found there's 2 dogs that we're kind of looking at. One that we're really, really into. We're going to see it next week. It's in Arlington, and we're going up to Dallas next week to visit Chloe's grandparents. But it's a pit bull, and and it'll be 3 weeks old on Monday, and he's a little boy, and he's real cute. But we've been getting pictures and updates and stuff like that, and the owners are very great. They have both parents, and they're very cautious with their dogs. And Chloe and I both love pit bulls, so that's perfect for us. And also, that's another way to get around bans. If you have like a pit bull ban in your area, if you need a service dog, get a pit bull, because that's one way to have one. They can't discriminate against pit bulls that are service dogs. But anyways, so we're looking into that, and then we also have this one that's actually here in town, and it's either a lab or a pit bull, I'm not sure, but that's another opportunity. But anyways, I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on the process of all this and what's going on, because I think it's going to be an interesting thing, and more light needs to be shown on it. But I hope you guys are doing well, and peace out.